Hey everyone, how you guys doing? The stream's live. I'm DPadGamer, and welcome to a stream of mine. So, obviously, this is the 25,000 subscriber special Q&A thing, because I've never done a Q&A before, and a lot of people express interest, so it's here. So welcome everyone, a lot of you jumping in here real quick. Thank you so much for showing up. I have some questions that I got from you guys through comments as well as a Google form. So I'll be going through some of those and splicing in some questions from you guys directly. So yeah, hey everyone. Thank you all so much for subscribing over the time I've been doing YouTube. I couldn't get here without you guys, all that sort of stuff. No face cam, but I will be chilling here. No game, just a scrolling background like usual and me talking. So I can't like say it without it just being super cliche. Thank you so much. I never believed I would get this far. You guys are awesome. I love you all, etc. And on and on. You know what I mean. So first off, let's see if there's any questions from you guys. I see some of you asking a few, but I do have some over on my list here, right? My favorite color? Decent question, but should be obvious. It's blue. Like, everything's blue. That's why all my branding is blue. Thumbnails, everything is blue. I like blue. It's a good color. Alright, so, how about this one? Okay, so, did anyone inspire you to start a gaming channel? If not, why did you start it? So this is actually a really interesting question because I didn't start out with a gaming channel technically. This is where you think less of me slightly. But my very first channel on YouTube was back in like 2007 or 2008, where it was, I think, a channel called We Hates You, because the Wii had just come out. You could look it up, whatever, the Wii, or maybe it was coming out. And for some reason, I really loved that console, and I really hated seeing people hate on it. So I made a channel called We Hates You, and then I uploaded anime music videos. And that was the first time I ever edited videos, and they were trash. But that's a thing. I don't know why I did that. They weren't good. And, yeah. But I've had a lot of channels over the years, and I went from that because I enjoyed editing. And then I moved into doing Let's Plays, which were also garbage, but some people enjoyed. And finally I'm here where I'm making videos that I actually sort of enjoy. So, yeah. I can't say that there's anybody that really inspired me because I really just enjoyed editing videos. Another question I got was, I really should have ordered these a little better, but basically, is YouTube your full-time job? If not, when will it be, or what do you do? It is my full-time job right now. For better or for worse, it is. I will also use this time to shamelessly promote my Patreon. Since this is my full-time job, even though it maybe shouldn't be because it's not necessarily sustainable, I put like all my time into this channel, 7 days a week, and that means that there's not a lot of free time, and I really just gotta keep producing videos to keep it going. So, if you have really enjoyed this, I would say please check out the Patreon. There's not many rewards, to be fair, but it's a thing, and every little bit is insanely helpful. So please check out that. You can find a link in the description, or you can use the command Patreon using Nightbot. A question I keep saying, a face reveal. I've actually shown my face in the Discord. Again, you can join the Discord using a command. Everybody's welcome. I don't promote it in the videos, but it has been a thing for a few months. I'm not adverse to showing my face technically, but I don't really feel like it. There's not really much of a reason, so I just don't. But I did randomly show it once in the Discord, and people were like, okay, cool, because I treat it like nothing special. So, yeah, that's a common question I've gotten from a lot of people. Definitely. Favorite Sonic game? None of them? All of them? None of them. I gotta say, probably the one that had my attention the most over the years was probably Sonic Adventure 1. only because it was just so weird, and it just caught my attention. And running around the world, going between like Mystic Ruins and then the train station plaza, whatever, it just sort of had my attention, and I liked it, even though it wasn't a good game at all. Favorite game, I've said this in every stream, it still stays true because I replay it every year or so, maybe more. Banjo-Kazooie. I love Banjo-Kazooie. It was the first video I did that was actually like proper Easter eggs, and I really enjoyed it. And it sort of got this channel moving as it is now. I saw favorite esports team. Very random question, but good one. League of Legends, Cloud9. I don't actually follow League of Legends that much right now because playing it can get real toxic. So you end up sort of having a real bad relationship with the game. But in general, everything I've seen from Cloud9 I've always enjoyed. There's been changes over the years, but they have some pretty sweet guys over there. Any siblings? I have 2 siblings. And Banjo-Kazooie is so much fun. It's one of the games where I would pay so much money to get a proper remake of it. Ukulele, let's not go into that. What's the link on the bottom left? Good question. It's just I thought it'd be funny. I found the GIF while I was looking for other stuff. I was like, I'll just do it. Question from NWGGSIBE. I don't know how to say that, but this is one I got before the stream. Have you ever tried to speedrun a game? So, if you guys don't know, it's on the channel. You can go watch it. I used to speedrun Infamous. Infamous on PS3 and Infamous Festival of Blood also on PS3, which was the sort of standalone companion piece to the sequel of the game. I really enjoyed it, and I actually had world record for both of those games at some time. Now I don't. Awesome dude named Ser Sanju runs it now. Or, still runs it. I mean, he now has the records. He still runs it, and he does great. He was recently at ESA. He's real awesome. You should look him up if you want to watch Infamous. But for some reason, I just enjoyed it. It was like electricity powers. It was just a lot of explosions, some parkour, like everything I enjoyed in the game. So it really caught my attention, and that's why that's the one game I've ever actually speedran. My real name is Sam, or Samuel, but I usually just go by DPadGamer because it's easier, or DPad. But yeah, sibling names, I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to share info on my siblings, just privacy's sake, you know. If they ever wanted to share, that would be on them, but not here. So, alright. A question I get a lot, because it's a specific game, we got it from XXLeonor XX. Will you play Undertale? Maybe, eventually. Only because with Undertale, FNAF, Minecraft, Roblox, all those games have this one thing in common, which is an insanely passionate fan base. Undertale especially. And I've seen just such vitriol and hate from the Undertale fans for the most garbage things, like absolutely no reason but entire hates. I'm not saying that would happen, but basically it's just such a volatile game, and I don't want to get hate just because I go, the character's okay, but someone loves them. So I don't know. I probably eventually, but I feel like I would just be sort of indifferent towards a lot of the characters because it just doesn't really fit me. But yeah, that's sort of why. So that's a important one. Common question is, I got like 30 of these, but from Starbreaker, why did you choose the name DPadGamer? So you're not gonna like the reason. It's not a good reason. There's no grand story. I had a channel, which you can still look up, which I'm afraid to say the name because there's some garbage videos there. But if you look hard enough, which is not very difficult, you can find it. The channel right before DPadGamer, I was doing stuff and I got partnered, but because of reasons of stuff, which I still don't know if it was actually legit or it was just a misunderstanding at the time, I had to make a new channel to get partnered. So I made a new channel, but I needed a name. And what I had before was like an edgelord, Assassin's Creed related, really stupid name that I don't want to say out in public. And it's not One Up Box. One Up Box is my meme channel, which I made after DPadGamer and sort of went there for a while and did stuff anyways. So with DPadGamer, I needed a name, so I went through these things in my head. I was like, alright, I need a name that, if shortened, is okay. So DPad, good. DPG, acceptable. because I was thinking of acronyms. Search rankings wise or alphabet wise, D is early on, so D-pad's gonna be fine. Like Zexo with a Z and an X would not be seeable. Like, it'd just be silly. So it's early on in the alphabets. It's shorts. It's only a few letters. It has gamer, which is what I am. It's a little on the nose, but when I made it, like, what was it? 6 years ago? 7 years ago? DPadGamer was good. So that's why I made it. It's really, really silly, but that's the reasons why. And I just thought D-pads were good, but I looked around and I couldn't find anybody that had a huge channel that was anything D-pad related. There are some, but I couldn't find any big ones. I wasn't gonna go like, I'm the Peanut Butter Man, or I'm the John Tronic. Nothing like that, you know. I was trying to avoid copying other YouTubers that I watched. So I went with DPadGamer and it stuck. And I think it's a pretty decent name. I have it on business cards. They're not good business cards, but I have them there. Crash Bandicoot? No. Probably not. Okay, so, did you go to college? That's a question I've gotten a few times. This one's from Golf Guy Games. Did you go to college? If so, for how long? I did. For 2 years. I got my... It's less fancy than it is, but it's like a technical arts of electronics and robotics, something like that. But basically, if YouTube doesn't work out, I can go back to being a electronics technician and go from there. So I worked on stuff. I want to be as vague as possible for privacy reasons, but I worked on electronics stuff as a technician. It was a good job, but it wasn't something I really enjoyed, so while I was in between temporary jobs, I started doing YouTube, and now I'm here right now. But yeah, that's sort of that. It took 2 years to get my associate's degree. Still have it. It's on my wall in the living room. So that one. A lot of people know about it, but Falcor, my bearded dragon. Why did you decide to get a bearded dragon? This one comes from The Memeing of Life. Good name. So Falcor, I got him because I saw some cute, cute bearded dragon pictures on the internet, and that caught my attention. And then I was like, I really want a pet because I used to have a dog, and I didn't have a pet for a while. So a couple years ago, I was looking around, and I was like, I really want it. What would it take? So I looked into it. I found it wouldn't be too bad, and it was at a time where I could afford it. So I got a great tank. I got all the stuff. And I got a little baby lizard, and his name was Falcor, and I held him in a tiny box when I brought him home, and he was so tiny, and I thought he would die, because he was just the tiniest thing. You could hold him in your hand, the whole thing, and he looked like almost like a shriveled prune, because I got him from, like, PetSmart, and they don't house their lizards in a good condition. They're mini dragons. I've always loved dragons. On my bookshelf, I have a bunch of dragon books. I might be biased. But I looked at this little lizard and I was like, I love you so much. I never want you to leave. So I took him home. I fed him. I spritzed him with water as I was supposed to. I obsessed over him. And now, a couple years later, he's now just a fat, lazy lizard. He's not fat. He's actually pretty decent, like, body weight. And he's just chilling. He's taking a nap right now. And he's awesome. He's been my friend for a while, and he'll be around for years, because bearded dragons can live to be like 10 to 12 years old, so he's only 2, so we've got a lot of years left with him. He's awesome. And Falcor, if you don't know, Falcor, his name is based off of the never-ending story dragon named Falcor, who is a dog dragon, and early on I thought that Falcor acted a lot like a dog, but also a lizard. Just the way how curious he was, it was great. Have you ever made an original meme? This is a great question. From Cool Kid Gaming. Yes, I have. The Seth Rogen Cantina video, it has like almost 7 million views over on my other channel. I made that. It's not actually that good. I just made it because I saw a Reddit post. It even says this in the it even says this in the description, but basically I saw a Reddit comment that was like, man, Seth Rogen's laugh is weird. It's like, I know, right? It sort of sounds like that one song from Star Wars, the Cantina one. And I was like, huh, that's stupid. So I made it. I was like, is that what you're talking about? Like, haha, that was great. And then nothing happened for like a year or so. But eventually it got added to the playlist, the important videos playlist, which is now a meme itself. And it happened to be early on. It's like number 22, I think, though a few of the videos before it have been deleted, so now it's more like 19, whatever. I check it every couple weeks, but it's just going crazy. The views have never slowed down, really. I mean, they've have spotty parts, but it's been super steady, and it doesn't seem to ever stop. But I made that. It's a thing. It's not great, but that's just how memes are. You just make them, and sometimes they go crazy. Okay, so the live stream started 15 minutes ago. Wait, you made that video? I did, yes. Oh, I apologize. That is my alarm telling me, hey, you should be ready for a stream, even though I already am streaming. Okay, do you like cats or dogs more? Has a cat ever saved a person's life? Probably. But who saves more lives? Dogs. AKA dogs are better. I covered this earlier, but I started YouTube way back in like 2007 or 2008. A long time ago. So, a common question I get, this one comes from Havik Ninja. Will you ever do 3DS gameplay? And if so, what games will you do? So, first off, I would like to, but there's an issue with that. 3DS gameplay is sort of difficult because it requires having a 3DS capture card, or with the newer 3DSs, you have to install some homebrew firmware that allows you to stream the gameplay. Yes, I was talking about a Cantina song in the Important Videos playlist. That's the one I made. So, getting gameplay off of 3DS is somewhat difficult, and because I don't have the new one, and because I can't afford to have a capture board installed in my 3DS, I just can't do it right now. If I ever do get that, or if legal emulation of 3DS gets even better, I could cover it eventually, but right now it's not very possible. But there are a lot of great games on it. Obviously, the Pokemon games on the 3DS are great. Animal Crossing New Leaf is great. Other stuff, not a lot comes to mind right now, but it's great. Also, if I ever got like an awesome tripod mount stand thing, I could do 3DS gameplay using that. But that would require a little bit of investment, and it's not something that's currently on my priority list, but it is something I want to consider in the future. So yeah. Question. Oh, here. This is a good one. Pug Dude Studios. I'll change your question into being PlayStation or Xbox, because that's basically what you're asking. PlayStation. I played Xbox and then Xbox 360 with my brother and our friends for years. It was great, but when I finally had time to get my own console, I went for PS3, because a lot of the stuff there, and it was great. I really enjoyed it, and I think a big thing was that, at least how it worked for a while, you didn't need to pay for online on PS3 or PS4. Now you do, and it's really stupid, but that was a huge benefit over Xbox. Now that's not a thing, so it's a little rougher, but in general I think that was one of the big selling points for me. But yeah. So that's that one. Golf Guy, what's your favorite Super Smash Bros. Game? Probably Smash 4, only because I like the visuals, because I don't really care too much about the gameplay. It's great, but also, eh. So, I just sort of, I don't know. I like the visuals. To be honest, I just don't really care that much for fighting games. Like, I'm not like super invested in it. Yes, you can record PS3 with a capture card, but there is an issue with PS3 in that they've never updated the high definition copyright protection, so HDCP. They've never updated that, so you cannot disable it, which means you are stuck. Having to somehow get around that, and I have that with a splitter, and so the splitter splits up the video cable or connection, or the video signal, and then re-adds it together using the splitter, and then you can record from that. It's really weird and obnoxious and takes extra money. It's stupid. Will you be answering questions from Twitter poll? That's literally what I'm doing. So whenever I'm saying, if I don't say someone's name, it's because it's on my list. Sorry, my throat is really dry, so I have to keep drinking some water. Okay, so so to cover this, what made you / inspired you to become a YouTuber? From VOD Plays. So I explained what I did first off, but the reasoning was just I enjoyed seeing edited videos, because to me, editing was such a new concept. I knew there were movies and TV shows, but I never thought of how they were actually made. And this was back when I was like 12 or so. And I saw videos being edited and just like on YouTube, and I thought I could do that. I just have to download the stuff, so I downloaded clips of anime episodes of, I think it was mainly Naruto back then. I'm sorry. It's true. That's how it is. To be fair, this was pretty early on in Naruto, so whatever. And I wanted to edit, so I brought it into Windows Movie Maker and just threw it together, cut stuff up, and I made videos. They weren't great. Some of them got some decent views because I was great. Even back then, even at 12, I was great at shilling my own videos. But, yeah, that's what sort of got me started. And then when I realized that they were sort of garbage, I eventually deleted that channel and moved on. But I still really enjoyed the idea of editing stuff, which is why I'm doing this now. If any of your questions are, any of you are asking questions and I'm not reading them, I'm sorry, but I am doing my best to jump back and forth between games or questions on my list and questions from here. DC or Marvel? Marvel. I like the Marvel stuff a lot. Okay. Did you ever think you'd reach 25,000 subscribers from FR Pro? No, I did not. I hoped, but I didn't know for sure. We covered the name. Question from Mason Ferguson. How are you doing? Pretty good. It's a little warm outside. It's very warm outside, actually. Covered that one. And that one. Are you good at cooking? This question comes from Reth. R-E-T-H-E. I'm not really sure how to say that. No? I guess not. I don't have much practice. You need a lot of practice to be good at something. And, it's not super great. Because I just never had much of a reason to really practice cooking. And, I'm just sort of mediocre. I could follow the instructions, basically. But that's about it. So, Mathematical Kitten Gamer. I already covered why I chose DPadGamer as my name. All of y'all coming in here, the stream has been going for about 22 minutes, so at the end of the stream, wait for the VOD to be up on the channel, and I encourage you to go watch the whole thing so you can get all the questions, and if there are any more you have, ask them after watching the whole video in the comments, and then I'll answer to each comment, so then you can just go through the comments and get extra stuff there. Because I'm not going to keep reiterating them right now. Dying Light. That's an interesting question, Thomas. I really enjoy the game. It's not really a game I've really considered covering in terms of Easter eggs or glitches or anything like that, but I really enjoy it. The guys behind Dying Light, whoever their name is, I don't know. They did Dead Island, now they're doing Dying Light. Dying Light is just great. Everything I've seen of it is great. Everything I've seen post-release is great. All the updates they've been doing, it's just a lot of good stuff. Here's the interesting question. From Megan Dunbar. Out of 1 to 100, how would you rate yourself in your YouTuber career? Like a 35, because I don't think highly of myself. I'm super hypercritical of my own stuff, which is bad, but also it's important for yourself. You need to be able to scrutinize your own stuff, otherwise you're never going to be able to improve. So in that sense, it's good that I can critique myself, but also bad because I can lose passion with something because I'm just like, oh, it's gonna suck. But that sort of makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so all the face reveal stuff, go to the Discord. You'll get that there. Someone will show the picture. It'll be in the Discord. Do you have a good setup? Are you talking about my computer? If you're talking about my computer and all that, I have a pretty okay setup. I would say my room isn't super great in terms of how I have it laid out, but I can't do anything better with it because every day I'm here at my computer. I have 2 monitors, computer, microphone, a bunch of fans pointed at me right now because it's so hot. But I'm just in the corner of my bedroom working on videos constantly. Eventually, I'd love to either move my stuff into the living room where I have more space, or instead, eventually, when I move somewhere, have a room specifically as an office. But for now, I'm just stuck in my bedroom, making the best of it. 1 second, I gotta drink some water. Oh, that's a great question. From Pokemon Gamers, using 3s instead of E's. What videos did you want to do and tried but couldn't do? Metroid Prime, Easter egg glitches, all that stuff. I've tried it. It just didn't work out. Earthbound, I tried it. I didn't have enough content, and I don't know the game well enough to find it myself, so I sort of stopped on that one. All these could still happen. It just, for whatever reason, it didn't work. Crash Bandicoot stuff. More Animal Crossing. Mario Galaxy videos just didn't work out. But those are all stuff I want to go back to eventually. Just right now. Dylan, I'm not going to do that. You don't need to keep asking. My first video game. That's a good question from Hannah Yuan. Or Yan? I don't know how to say the last name. I'm sorry. But from Hannah, for the Q&A, what made you start YouTube? Already covered that. What was your first video game that you played? That's a great question, though. So, I think my first game was probably Mario Bros. On the NES. Just, that's as far back as I could think. I don't think I had a Game Boy back then. Just on the NES playing that. And from there, it was also Duck Hunt, and then Zelda, and then eventually I got my Game Boy, where I played other stuff going on, and that's sort of the start was basically just Mario. The longest you've ever worked on a video, from Jocelyn Peruka. That's not how you say that. I'm sorry. What's the longest video you've ever worked on, or what's the longest you've ever worked on a video? In recent memory, I think it would be the Pokemon Gen 1 glitches, which didn't pan out, but worked on that off and on for a week and a half, and it just sort of ended up being a little meh, probably because it wasn't super interesting, I think. There wasn't a lot of hype going into it. I haven't covered a lot of Pokemon games, so there's not like a built-up fan base that was expecting the video, so it just sort of flopped. But it took a lot of time. The mic I use, this question comes from Kirito, SAO, Black Swordsman, SAO. I love that you short your name. What mic do you use? I use a Blue Snowball. It's not that great, but it is functional. Though currently it's sort of iffy, because the pins on it got bent a while back and I had to unbend them using pliers when it was unplugged, obviously, because I'm not going to electrocute myself. And I found that it works now, but if I jostle the cord, when I plug it into the computer, it'll blue screen my computer, because I think some of the pins are touching, which shorts out, or gives a little power surge to the USB slot, and then the computer just shuts down. It's not great, it's dangerous, but I can't afford a new one. Again, hey guys, I got a Patreon, please give me money. Or donations work too. PayPal, Super Chat, whatever you want. It's not required, but it's always nice. Kirby is a series I would like to cover, but I've just never had the right content I wanted to cover on it. I love the whoa meme. So, again from Golfguy, what's the first console you bought with your own money? I think it was either a Wii U or a PS3. No, I was gifted a PS3 for Christmas. So I think it was a Wii. It was probably like a Wii, maybe. I'm not totally sure. From Like It's Likely, if you could visit any place in the world, where would you go? Probably Japan. It's a great place. Like just to see it. Japan, Taiwan, the UK, because it's just not the US. Hawaii. The North Pole, the Arctic. That'd be crazy. Stuff like that. I don't know. From Dill's Noob, if someone would buy you a new mic or a new processor, which would you prefer, and what model of mic or CPU? It would be a mic, and it would be perhaps like an Audio Technica. I'm not totally sure, but Audio Technica has some great stuff, and I've seen some of their mics that are just slightly out of my price range, but they're great. What I currently have is it's a circular sort of, I don't know what to call it, but basically it's great for podcasting because it can take in audio from all the sides. But I don't want that. I'm just one person here. I'm just talking straight into it. So something like the Audio Technica mics are great because they're so much clearer on that one person thing. But yeah, if I could, that's what I would get. So this is a common question. This one comes from Rafet Kakariz. I don't know how words work. Why at the end slate, or whatever it's called, it's an end slate, or end screen, end card, either way. Why do you have Cave Story music? I like the music. That's the only reason I have. I wanted to pick a tune to use often, and I just stuck on the Cave Story music because it's just lighthearted fun. At the end of the video, it sort of gives that nice, like, oh, that was nice, oh, I like it. Even if the video is garbage and you don't like it or end on a weird note, the hope is that with the Cave Story music, which never gets copyright claimed, which is a very important thing, at the very end, you get this little nice, lighthearted tune that makes you go, aw, that was nice. And that's sort of the goal. If it works, I don't know, but for me, I like it, and it's enjoyable. So when I watch my own videos, it makes me happy, so the hope is that it'll make other people happy too. I never actually played the game, never played Cave Story. I know it's good, I just haven't played it, but the music is great, so that's why I chose that. Great question from Asuger, I think that's how you say it. How much time does it take to make an average glitches video? And I got another question, which was, how long does it take to record your glitches? So, recently I started streaming my recording, where I'd record glitches just on stream, which is something I used to not be able to do, but thanks to changing some settings, I can do it. It depends. So for Breath of the Wild, it took me a total of like 5 to 6 hours. Even though I only have like 8 or so glitches, they all are very in-depth and take a lot of stuff that goes into them, for the most part. Or at least a few of them. One of them took an hour. But sometimes it's really easy. With a game like, for example, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, it's so well mapped out. There are save files, cheats, skips you can do to get throughout wherever you need in the game, and then perform the glitch following a guide online, and it's super easy. But some of them, it's just a very sort of I don't know what to call it, but sort of loose explanation. Oh, just go up to this block and sort of go at the corner and you might clip through. Sometimes with that in games, I'll see that and I'll go, interesting, let's see if I can try it. And I'll just try it, and maybe it won't work, but maybe it does work, but maybe it's not what I expected, so I'll explore it, maybe try it with different items. I'm being very vague because it applies to many different games. But a lot of what I end up doing is I'll get the glitch, make it work, but then try to see if I can expand on that. And perhaps sometimes I'll be finding new aspects of the glitch. I don't always, but I feel like sometimes I do. And that's what I think adds to the videos, because I could just be like, hey, if you want infinite sprint, just hold down the button and press the button. Ha, good job. But at the same time, I want to add more to the videos so that if you go to my videos, you're actually getting more than just everyone else. So I will try to expand on that. If I can't expand on it in terms of extra stuff, I will add some jokes. And if I can't add jokes, then I'll just keep trying with a different video. Thank you so much, Vladimir Putin, for the congratulations on 25,000 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without you. It's a joke. Thanks, Vlad, or whoever named themselves Vlad in the chat. Would you rather never play a video game again or give away your lizard? I would probably give away games. I would not give away my lizard. Falcor's amazing, and he's helped me through so many tough times just by existing. Of course, he's not going to be around forever, but I'd rather spend years with him than the rest of my life with video games. Because he's great. Ask me in 10 years, maybe that'll change. I don't know, but that's how I am right now. Okay, here we go. This is a good question from Pug Dude Studios. Hey DPad, would you change anything in the past? If you could, would you change anything in the past? Okay, I read that really weird. But basically, yes. In terms of my YouTube, at least, I would make it so I would have kept doing YouTube videos differently, like better YouTube videos, way back when I started the channel, and kept doing them, like, regularly. Even though I was doing them, I was making Let's Plays with zero editing, and it was garbage. They weren't great. If I had made some garbage top 10s, some garbage reviews, that would have been a great stepping stone into getting to where I am now, and I could be skies and miles ahead of where I am now. So basically, don't start tomorrow what you could start today. That's just like yeah. It's a cliche. You've probably heard it a lot, but it's true. It's always true. Other thing would be personal health. I would love to have my personal health be more of a importance in my life. I just didn't care as a teenager. I didn't need to have a job. I just went to school, came home, and played video games. I really would have loved it if I just got outside a little bit, because personal health is very important, no matter who you are, where you are. So that's the other thing. But yeah. What's your best video? Seth Rogen Cantina. No. I don't honestly know what I think my best video is. I have a video I really love, though. I keep going back to it. It's a video of Just Cause 2, weird stuff. It was super pointless. I made it like 5 years ago, but it's called, it's something like Just Cause Slippy Told Me To, or something like that, where I had a lot of, I don't know why, but Star Fox 64 references, along with Just Cause gameplay, or Just Cause 2 gameplay, and it's great. I love it. It still makes me chuckle, and that was one of the few videos I made way back when, where it had actual editing, and I thought, I like this. It pleases me. A lot of videos I hated back then, but I enjoyed that one. So, yes, I created the Seth Rogen Cantina video. Another question from Vladimir Putin. I will change this one a little bit. So he asked, will you do a video on Mario Odyssey when it comes out, glitches and stuff? Yes. But I'm going to swap this to what's the upcoming games. So the upcoming games, because you didn't ask this, but it's a good place to say it. Hello Neighbor is a game a lot of people like. It's not a game I expected I would cover, but because of a certain lovely someone that's shaped like an egg, I hope he doesn't hear that, I can now cover it. So next week I plan on streaming some of it on Monday, having the Easter egg video be on it, and then the glitch video be on it. So it'll be a bit. Next week will be Hello Neighbor week. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. It's a great game. It's coming out in like 3 weeks, and I'll be able to cover it. So yeah. Aside from that, I am attempting to see if I can get a review copy of Mario plus Rabbids. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'm hoping. Aside from that, I'm hoping that Gamefly will send me Splatoon 2 so I can cover that, because I can't really afford to buy it myself. I think I had some plans on some Metroid stuff, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, that's sort of the games are immediately in my mind as will hopefully be happening. Yeah. So, Spooktober return this year. Maybe as like a week thing. I might just planning ahead and have like a week of videos, like maybe instead of 2 videos there'll be 3 videos, and maybe they'll be all spooky. But doing a whole month of it would just be garbage. So I'll probably do it at the last week of October if I did at all. Nice shout out to the egg. Hey, yeah, you probably know who I'm talking about. If not, don't worry. If anybody has been asking about Switch, I will add you on Switch later today. I haven't checked it recently. I've just been busy with other stuff. But yeah. Okay, so question from Mush YouTube, and then another question from A Flasher. What's your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is, because some people are asking, why not? I thought it was an interesting question. Is Chestnut. I love him. He's great. He like the meme, he protect, he attack, but most important, he poke. He's great. I love him. He's big and fluffy and spiky and great. And for other reasons that are a little personal, I'm not going to go into. His name is amazing and just awesome Pokemon. Favorite Pokemon game though, Emerald. Even though I love blue, color blue, for some reason Emerald's green. I keep going back to that game. I love the main character. Brendan is awesome, and his hat. It's not hair. His white hat. It's just great. So I just keep going back to it. I've played it. I've played the follow-ups, sort of. I mean, the remakes, whatever, like the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. But still, just Emerald in general is just great. Do you have any hidden talents behind editing or video games from CGI CG Iron Fist Gaming? Good question. So I would say no immediately, but maybe I have some. So I am decent at drawing. I am good with electronics because that's what I got my degree on. I'm not like amazing, but decent. Hidden talents. I could juggle for maybe 3 seconds without dropping tennis balls, which is pretty intense, I know. But yeah, I don't really can think of any. I can't really think of any real hidden talents because there's not. I don't do much. I just sit at home. I sometimes read books through Audible because I just love their service. I sometimes play games, watch movies, TV shows. Just a lot of editing, a lot of making videos. That's just how it is. I'm a pretty good writer, which is probably why the scripts are easy-ish to make, but still. Jumping to a different question, I don't know who asked. Here we go. It was actually from Dill's Noob. What's your least favorite part of video making process? It's the scripts. Dear God, I hate the scripts. I know I just said I'm pretty good at it, but also I hate it because script writing is weird. I got to, 1, convey all the information I need to, 2, keep it snappy and upbeat, which isn't always my inner sort of feelings. It's not always faking it, but I do have to fake it sometimes just because I'm a person. I have bad days, but even if I have a bad day, I have to keep it positive, at least sometimes. Sponsor Audible, I sort of wish, but no. But in the 3, also, I have to do all this and write it in a short time frame while keeping it all true to myself. But, you know, with the recent Sonic video, I sort of went, eh, and then I just started making jokes. So I made fun of the whole edge stuff, and while it was very minor, I think, if you haven't seen the video, please check it out. But I just enjoyed being sarcastic, because I am a sarcastic person at heart. So I'm going to try more of that in the Breath of the Wild video, and then going forward, I'm going to try to see if I could just be a little more sarcastic. Should be a little more true to myself, which makes it a little easier to make scripts, and it's all about getting the videos out faster and making it better, and anything I can do to that is great. Awesome question from Woots. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for the congratulations and welcome to the stream. How you doing? He's a great guy. Go check him out if you haven't. He has some great Zelda stuff as well as other videos. But sorry. Favorite glitch or Easter egg? I think my favorite glitch, only because it still like sticks in my mind, was the one from one of my first glitch videos, or maybe my first video, Super Mario Sunshine. At the very end of the video, I showed one where you can get underneath. I forget what it's called, but it's the first level. You can get underneath the level and then rocket pack around. And it's great and it's funny, but it's just so weird because I got stuck at this one piece of geometry where Mario was, if you were holding forward, Mario was just falling infinitely. And I remember that was also the first time I tried some ultra keying, and I ultra keyed it, which is basically a chroma key or color keying, where you remove a color, make it transparent, and you have an image behind it. I had him like falling. I don't think I made it into the video, but I had him falling, and like it looks like he was a baby crying, so I put a cream over it. And while editing, just sitting there, no one around, I just couldn't stop laughing. It was just so stupid, but I loved it so much. That one little bit, that one little joke that never made it to the video, but that joke just, I couldn't stop laughing. It was great. I'm gonna ask a question no one's actually asked. I'm gonna answer a question no one has asked, but came up. Gary Animates said, "Oh yeah, keep the script positives and flashback to the ukulele review. Reviews. Will I do more reviews?" This is the question I'm asking myself, but also answering because some people might be interested without actually asking it. If that makes sense, I don't know. Maybe. I think reviews are cool. I don't think highly of my own opinions, so I have a hard time having conviction in what I say when it comes to reviews. So a lot of times I'll describe stuff as, yeah, it's okay, yeah, it's iffy, I don't know, I sort of didn't like it. And even if I'm being negative, a lot of times I'll backpedal right after doing it, and that's not a positive trait in a reviewer, because if you go to review, you want to have a definitive answer at the end. But what you get from me is sort of like, I don't know, man. And that's not great, but I do have opinions, it's just I have to do better at expressing them without backpedaling after every single one. So reviews, I do want to do more because if nothing else, it'll help me practice a different subset of, or make a different kind of content, and having variety, even if it's just for your own sort of stretching your limbs, sort of stretching your mental legs, it's good. So I want to do more reviews in the future. The ukulele review was not well made. I rushed it. It was not super great. I still say that all the points there have validity, and I believe them, but I didn't express them in a good way. So if you want to watch a video that expressed everything I thought better than I could have, go watch Stop Skeletons from Fighting. SSFF, right? Stop Skeletons from Fighting. He did a video of ukulele just ripping into it, and it was great. It was really well done, really well just scripted, fact-checked, all that, and it was amazing, but it was everything I wanted in my review, but better. So go check that out if you want to see what I sort of think of the game. Okay, so I'm looking at my list of stuff. I'm starting to get lower on questions. I'm answering some of them without deleting them, which is a little annoying. Here we go. For the Q&A, which standard Zelda game do you like the best? I exclude Breath of the Wild because it differs so much from the rest of the games. Usually, I would say Breath of the Wild, but it is so different, and that is one of the reasons I like it. I love open world games. But when it comes to proper Zelda stuff, probably Majora's Mask. I remember playing that so many times on the Collector's Edition of, or the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, which was a thing that went along with the GameCube. It had Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Zelda 1 and 2, and the demo for Wind Waker. It was on a GameCube disc. It's so garbage looking back. It's so laggy, and the music has issues, but I remember playing through both Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask so many times. But Majora's Mask, it was just great. Like, the emotion that you get from that game, especially as a younger kid, is just, it brought me in, and it stuck me. Like, I loved it. Nowadays, I just love rolling around with the Goron. It's great. So here's a question I've seen a couple times from people, but different variations, and I'll explain on it in a different way. But do you know Sugar Conroy? Personally, not really. I have met him before. I've met all of the what do they call their group now? For some reason now I'm blanking. Sugar Conroy, Nintendo Capri Sun. Oh my god, sorry, I'm blanking on names, but that group that they have, met all of them at PAX a couple years ago. I actually have pictures where I'm either posing with them, which I don't think I did much of, or instead they were holding like buttons I made that has DPadGamer on it. They're all great, they're all nice. Sugar Connor even let me check out his 3DS while I was like just hanging out next to him. I was like, is that 3DS? He's like, yeah, you want to check it out? I'm like, oh sure, because it was the first time I've ever touched one, and it was great. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I was playing it was playing like some sort of game. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like a puzzle game that was 3D. And he's real nice. Everyone was nice. In terms of other YouTubers I've met, Gassy Mexican is amazing. Met him at PAX. He one of the few that was encouraging, and he's like, hey, let's just hug. We don't need a handshake. Hug it out. And he was great. Complimented the garbage shirt I made. I didn't do it with like crayons. I mean, like I bought it ahead of time, ordered it through a website. It was the first DPadGamer shirt, and it was awful. But he was nice. He complimented it. Met Total Biscuit. He was amazing. Everyone I met for the most part was pretty much awesome. Total Biscuit stands on my head because I remember asking him, hey, I'm trying to get into game reviews, and I'm just not good at it. I'm not sort of confident in my own stuff, and not much has changed since then, but he gave me a lot of great tips, a lot of just personal stuff, and he's like, you could do it, man. And it was so great to have someone I looked up to like that just be super chill and nice, and he was great. But for the most part, like, all of the YouTubers I've ever met, they were pretty cool. I don't think I've ever had a bad time with any of them. Probably because I didn't get to know a lot of them. So I'm sure people out there, like, there are bad YouTubers. Some of them are garbage. But of all the ones I've ever met at like PAX or like come into contact through like maybe online messaging or whatever, they're all cool. Yeah, really enjoyed meeting them. In terms of a YouTuber nowadays that I really look up to, I would say it's hard to pinpoint exactly who, but I think the Game Grumps are like the one channel that I will always stay with, because as stupid as Aaron can be with his games, he's great. Dan is always a wealth of encouragement and lovingness. They're great. What they've made with their channel, all their sort of stuff, like sort of empire they've built, which I remember hearing Aaron hates that terminology, is great. I think they're amazing. They went from being in like in Aaron's like bedroom recording games on a couch to now where they do live tours every single month, and they're meeting at conventions, and they have this huge business, and I think it's great seeing them go from basically nothing to where they are now. They obviously they had some success with JonTron and Aaron, or Eageraptor, with their animating and then JonTron reviews beforehand, but they went from relatively nothing to an insanely huge channel, which I think is going to last for a long time. So that's probably the one sort of channel I look at. I'm like, I want to replicate that a little bit, because they're just awesome. I don't necessarily want to be like, oh, I want to be the next Game Grumps or anything, but they're great. All their stuff, I've unironically entirely enjoying it. Watched an 8-hour compilation of their stuff, and it never stops being good. I've watched until they started doing Steam Train and other companion pieces that don't exactly interest me. I watch pretty much every episode. So they're like that one YouTube channel that I look to, and I'm like, I love that. I want to make a channel where people will come into the videos, they'll enjoy every single one, and but hopefully not make fun of me for being bad at Ocarina of Time. So yeah, it's okay. I already failed that one. Okay, so moving on from that, I had a question about my game collection. I don't have that much of a collection these days. I stopped sort of buying physical games a while back because it's no longer necessary with PS4, Xbox One, obviously PC. You could just download a lot of games, like, I mean, buy them through Steam and stuff like that, through the PlayStation Store, Nintendo eShop, all that stuff. These days, my gaming collection is huge if you consider all the games I've ever owned, but if you consider only the physical stuff, it takes up like 2 of my shelves, and that's it. I have some Genesis stuff, I have some PC stuff, a lot of Xbox 360, PS2. I have three VHSs of the Ronald McDonald TV show, completely irrelevant, but I love them. But I wish I could have a bit of more of a collection, but it's not really possible, unfortunately. So yeah, I think I'm starting to run down on my questions for my list. So you guys have any more, go ahead and ask them. But I've covered a lot of the important ones, I think. And like I said already, after this is done, please go watch the VOD, check it out, watch the whole thing if you still have questions, and then if I haven't answered them anywhere in the video that you might have missed, ask them in the comments and I'll respond to them there. Are your favorite moderator? That's like picking a favorite child, except you guys aren't children, and the analogy doesn't make any sense, but I'm not going to pick because that'd be bad. I'm not going to pick. Would you ever stream a Sonic game? I have. Everyone should go check out my second channel, DPadGameplay, where I cover stuff. My PC specs are decent. i7 CPU, GTX 970 graphics card, like 8 gigs of whatever RAM, decent hard drive, decent stuff. It's not super amazing, but pretty okay. You just got married today. Congratulations, Thomas. Congratulations. Do you enjoy interacting with viewers? Good question. Yes, with a tiny asterisk. This also relates to another question I got from our own Christy Huntress. How has your interactions with your fan base, which I still can't even think of you guys as a fan base, it still seems weird to me, change your point of view? This is a very complex question, and if I answer it with the immediate thoughts, you guys will think I'm a jerk, but I think ultimately it made me realize that everyone's different. I used to... It's hard to consider... Okay, let me enter mode where... let me finish the thought before you form any opinion. it's hard to think of you guys as people because we're on the internet. I only see the name Vati Plays and then a cute picture of Vati. I only see Gary Animates, the name, and a picture of some dude with a white background. That's all I see. I can get to know you guys, but the problem is with you, also to me, you only see my name, you see my icon, you see the videos I make, what I say, but it's hard to actually know the person behind that. And the problem is with you guys in here, there's been hundreds upon hundreds of people that have probably stopped in this one stream, and I don't know you guys. You guys are all different people, and it's hard to sort of wrap your head around that. Like, I have so many subscribers, I've never met that many people in my own life, let alone talked to them all and got to know them or made friends with them. So having that many people actually, in some varying capacity, care about the stuff I make is insane. So by interacting with you guys, it just made me think there's a lot of more, like, if anything, it made the world feel that much bigger because there's so many people out there I'm never going to be able to meet. Even if I spent every waking moment of the rest of my life trying to meet people, I could only ever meet like less than a single % of the population, I'm pretty sure. So that just like, it puts the sort of world in a like, just the world's big, people are crazy, and like there's a lot of people out there. I think that's all I could do it. In the way that I was gonna say that would sound bad, some of the people I've interacted with are just garbage. Let's be real. People are garbage. People on the internet can be garbage. People in real life can be garbage. Some people are just the worst. They wanna tear you down and make your day worse because it makes them feel good because they were hurt early on in their life. And it's unfortunate, but that's how it is. So some of my quote fan base pisses me off, and I don't like them. But that's true with any group. I feel like you're bound to run into people that you don't like. You're bound to run into people that just piss you off, that embody everything you hate, and you just gotta work past that. So it's just like sort of interacting with everyone that has ever like followed my channel. It's an exercise in opening up. It's an exercise in being able to close off and ignore stuff when I need to. It's an exercise in frustration. It's very varied, I guess. It's very complex and hard to describe without it being super vague and deep sounding and pretentious, but that's sort of how it goes, I guess. But yeah. So, when we were younger, what was your dream job? I think I wanted to be an author, because I really enjoyed making stories. I still do. I don't actually do them anymore these days. But yeah. Alright, so I think I'm going to end the stream in a couple minutes now. So I'm going to end off with one last question, or a couple last questions. But first, this is a very important one from Shay Kilpatrick. Or, yeah, Shay Kilpatrick. Do you have any advice for new YouTubers? Sure. I still think I am new myself, because I'm never not going to feel new as a YouTuber. But many things. Tags, look up how to make good tags. SEO, search engine optimization, that's an important thing. If you want to know how your videos can actually get seen by people in the rankings, or in the search rankings. Most importantly, make videos that you enjoy. If you don't make videos you enjoy, you're not going to want to keep doing them. If you don't want to keep doing them, you're never going to improve. And if you never improve, you're never going to get anywhere where you want to be. So very importantly, make videos you enjoy. That's why the very first video I made on this channel, that sort of kickstarted my career now, I guess, was Banjo-Kazooie Easter eggs. I couldn't find a video that was like it. I loved the game, and it was something I really wanted to make. So if you can find something that you enjoy, make it that you want to see the video. I said go for it. And going from there, try to improve every time you make your videos. Make sure your audio is good. Be open to criticism. Recognize that not all criticism is valid, and you need to sort of be able to judge every single one on openly and on the same level. And yeah, because making videos there's a lot that goes into it. I'm not great. If I was great, I would be even better than where I was right now, but it's just like anything. It just takes practice. It just takes a lot of time and effort. Some people are just naturally funny. Some people naturally can just ramble on for hours and have it sound scripted and amazing, like in a good way. But yeah, just make videos, practice. I guess like the very most important thing is, if you want to make videos, even if they're garbage. Obviously, they shouldn't be hate speech or like dangerous. Don't like hurt yourself or anything. But like, if you have an idea for a video, you want to make a review, you want to make some sort of commentary thing, make it. If you don't make it, you're never gonna get anywhere with it. It's like if you don't write your story, you can't edit the story to make it better. If you don't like make a piece of art, you can't judge it from there. You have to do it if you want to do better. That's not from me. That's words I've heard from other YouTubers like The Completionist, Total Biscuit, people like that. And it's still true, and I believe it, and it's just the best thing I could think of. Just make stuff, because if you don't make it, you're never gonna go on further from that. So yeah, I think I will cut the stream there. I covered just not all of the questions I got. I got a lot of repeats, a lot of ones that didn't sort of fit, but I think I covered a lot of it. Again, thank you so much, all y'all who are still watching, everyone who checks out the Q&A, everyone who has subscribed. Again, check out my most recent video, look forward to the new ones. Subscribe to my second channel, DPadGameplay, if you want to get more just sort of open, casual, relaxed streams of me playing stuff and whatnot. Please check out my Patreon, because I need your support to keep doing this, and every little bit helps. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I'm gonna get back to work on the video that's coming out tomorrow, so check out that. And yeah, have a great day. I'm DPadGamer, aka Sam, and you guys are awesome. Bye.